Hello.
Hello.
Sir, welcome. Yeah, welcome, sir.
Hello, guys.
Very grateful to have you here, sir, and all to you. And Magnitude 3, what a amazing amount of products that you guys have out just already. The quality to me is amazing, as well as, I guess, what's coming up next. I guess we'll go ahead and dig into that. Grinelli, what do you got for us?
We're ready to go. Let's see what Mag 3 has in store for us. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you heard, we're here with Magnitude 3, joined by Rudel, Hiramachi, and Novak. We have a very special treat to share with you today. Gentlemen, what are we looking at exactly?
F4U 1D Corsair, built specifically by Chance and not Goodyear.
That is awesome. With the module, are we looking at any kind of special liveries or campaigns included on the release?
Oh boy, campaigns. I know that's definitely a tough question since there's no maps yet, but we'd definitely like to include a campaign of some sorts, but it remains yet to be seen, and we don't know if we'll have one at launch yet.
As for deliveries, there is a whole set plan for deliveries as per usual.
As
Right,
Novak prepares to taxi out here, he will demonstrate the extreme maneuverability of the Corsair on the deck of a carrier. Novak, maybe you could tell us a little bit more about it?
Well, one of the tasks during the flight model development was to perfectly simulate the landing gear of the Corsair and the ability to sustain the hard deck hits and tight turns, as you can see here. And once that task was finished and successfully completed, it allowed us to move to other system development, including the engine and the quite mighty flaps, which serve more as an air brake than as a flaps if pulled more than 30 degrees.
Now, as you taxi down the ramp here before departure, the damage model, the engine, what kind of tricks do you have up your sleeves with the addition of the new damage models with ED's working on?
Well,
okay, go on.
Well, the current plan is to basically develop along with the Eagle Dynamics project for the damage model. They are, as far as I'm aware, they are preparing to release it at some point, and our intention is to keep exactly to those standards. But at this specific time, it's hard to tell which exactly parts or items may be damageable.
Now, Novak, do you want to take us through what you're about to do here with the Corsair?
Right now. Well, this should demonstrate the stability of the engine flight model. I will engage the front brakes and pivot around them as I increase the throttle to demonstrate the stability of the airstream over the tail and possibility to precisely control the aircraft in such situations. Then I will simply take off after that.
And a good-looking takeoff it is there, guys. I can already tell you, congratulations on a lot of people looking forward to this. Now, could you elaborate a little bit on the exact model we're looking at for this Corsair?
We're currently working on any airframes that are built preferably after August of 44, or any build numbers of 82,300-ish and subsequent.
Very, very, very cool. Now, so, can you explain to me some of the other uniqueness that that
Comes with this specific airframe. Yes, this is the late Corsair, which obviously has extended ground attack capabilities. You could say that 1D model was more of a fighter bomber than the predecessors. It obviously included the water injection, which improved the performance on the so-called combat rating power, and aircraft also had improved rocket capabilities as the introduction of the HVAR and later on tiny team rockets was possible.
Very cool, and of course we're seeing right over the top there, going back on the downline there, tiny rockets. So that what we're seeing will be available.
Yes, sir. All the way from the launch.
Can you elaborate against, just real quick, on the damage model of the engine? A lot of us have seen some of the other modules as far as the props and how we can overheat it easily and things like that. What do we have in store for this particular model here as far as damage?
The complete airframe, including the internal system, will be modeled to detect the collision with objects like bullets or ground parts or fragmentation parts from the bones, and also to detect the stress and amount of the stress of the certain systems, such as engine itself. And then we will try to simulate what will happen if the particular system is overstressed.
And so I'll ask maybe the big elephant room question out there. This thing is carrier capable? Is that correct, or will it be modeled hopefully in the future with maybe a world throwback carrier or the current carrier?
Aircraft is carrier capable. It can land on any carrier available in DCS at the moment, including the one you will see in this video.
Oh, very exciting.
Oh my.
Yeah, go ahead, Granelli. I don't mean to take your space. What do you got, sir?
Right now we're preparing. Novak's about to show us a demonstration of the flight model and the stall characteristics of the Corsair.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions to ask, was the stall characteristics. I remember a very famous training video of the Corsair. Beautiful airplane.
Yeah. So what are we expecting on these stalls? Is it mild buffet? Is it something different? What kind of characteristics does this aircraft present?
Well, as you know, the Corsair had a big engine and very big prop. Prop had a reduced number of rotation in relation to the engine. It was geared 2-to-1, but basically, as you can see, the aircraft always, if the engine is working, propeller is rotating, aircraft will always stall to the left side, and that is modeled using natural forces. Nothing is scripted there. As you can see, it's turning, and it will also dynamically stall to much ease and everything. Pretty much, the flight model is basically based on experiences from the Christian Eagle 2, and also improved.
That is one fast aircraft as well, from what I understand. It is actually one of the fastest as far as original aircraft out of the factory. Am I wrong?
Well, that was the urban myth, so to say. It was fast, but not the fastest, and not the first one that flew over 400 miles. It was actually a Mustang. Mustang is faster than Corsair, but still Corsair is very, very fast, and he has an excellent climbing rate.
Of course, we love those dipped wings, right? The wings that allow the landing gear to be shorter and that prop to clear, as well as to store on a carrier deck as he goes down into the vertical air. That's pretty impressive.
What you can see here is basically Corsair diving under 90 degrees down with, so to say, air brakes out. Corsair, as you know, didn't have the air brakes, but the front gears were used for the air braking actually. And pilot had a special button to use the front gears as a brakes.
And of course, this has a very powerful engine. Can you tell us, besides the damage model, as it goes in for some ground attack, anything special about how to start this aircraft up or anything like that? And I'll elaborate. Is there any? I imagine we're looking at basically how you start up a Corsair is how this will function in DCS. Am I correct?
It will function as you can see any kind of video explaining the Corsair startup. Basically, you have to flip a few switches and bring the fuel to the engine, prime the engine. If you ever started TF51 or P51, it's pretty similar. Basically, complete eternal engine process is simulated there. It's very simple. Those were very simple planes when it comes to avionics, Second World War.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll ask this too. What state will the module be released in as far as systems and flight model?
We're not going to release anything that is not done, But as usual, only the users and the large number of users can really give a proper feedback about the aircraft, because we can't possibly test every possible situation there. But we will release a feature complete and completely functional and stable module.
So you can also expect the external lights and drop tanks to be fully operational.
Okay, I'm reading between the lines there. Roger that. Got it. That's exciting. Well,
what kind of bombs
good.
can we
A
expect?
high standard.
Anything up to 1,000-pound bombs.
Nice.
Novak's demonstrating that supreme flight skill there.
I love how he balances it so well. So that is really cool because, and many other modules that's hard to do. And I'm curious to see is that easy to do relatively, or is that still a very challenging thing that they're doing on that roll-up?
Well, it requires some skills basically, but guys like 60 or 70 years ago did it. So basically, this is what flight model provides. It was one of the requirements. Simply, DCS courses have to do the same things as the real one, and real one was basically landing on main wheels or at 3 points, whatever you want. And it was very stable there, and it can take off and go for another pass or whatever from 2 wheels.
Now, I got to ask as well, because the F4U was primarily used in World War II in the Pacific Theater. Its opponent was, well, many opponents. One was the Zero. Are we expecting anything like that maybe in the near future too?
Maybe.
Okay, well, we'll leave it there. Very cool.
We have some plans for enemy fighter aircraft. We're still deciding on what we'd like to actually model as an opponent.
Right. Well, I tell you what, we're going to transition now to what we're seeing. Look at that beautiful ship right there. Can you tell us about that?
Well, it's a USS Essex class carrier. I believe there were 2 versions, a long haul and a short haul. The one we have modeled is the long haul, which I think there are 24 carriers that were under the Essex class. So we're going to try to include a bunch of liveries for it as well.
That's exciting. Any support ships on that, or are we just looking at the carrier at this time in the plane?
At the moment, just the carrier.
Well, very cool. I know we already have some support ships, at least one or two in DCS, so that'd be cool to put those next to it. But super cool. We talked about it landing on the carrier. You said it does that, so I guess that's what we're seeing right now. This is exciting.
The best part is you have more than 4 wires to get on the boat.
Yeah, just don't be that guy in front, though, right? Stuck if you got to do a go around it. Am I wrong? Very cool. As we
I bet
zoom in to
Novak
see
gets
how
the
he does.
3-wire every time.
Back to you, Grinelli.
We'll
But-
see as Novak traps beautifully on the carrier, the CV9 Essex. He will now demonstrate the capabilities of taking off without the use of a catapult, which brings me to my next question. We might be able to take off without the catapult, but will we be able to use the catapult on the Essex? Will that be made available?
Yes, of course. The USS Essex itself was the only one that did not have catapults, but every other one did.
Now, just as much as getting off the boat is getting back on it. The Essex was not equipped with modern instruments as we're so used to now and spoiled with. Can we expect to see a LSO flapping his arms on the deck of the boat?
It's definitely something we'd like to do. I think we're going to try to use maybe the current IFOL's argument system and try to use those numbers to drive the arms and the paddles of the boss there.
Well,
The
that is a
original
wonderful,
paddles.
that's a wonderful thing. We'll definitely be looking forward to trying to see if that's a thing, because that will be glorious.
I can't wait to see the wave off.
I hope he doesn't fall off the ship like in Hot Shots, right?
Now, as Novak makes his final approach again on the deck of the boat, is there anything the three of you would like to add here?
Well, we had.
I'd have to just say, fly good and don't suck.
There you go. Well said for Ray. Waiting on it, Ray. Very good, sir.
We're all watching.
But no, gentlemen, this is your time. We appreciate you stopping by. First of all, I don't want to make this a send off at all, but if any like to add on this, you got a lot of folks in chat looking at it, and it is the new hotness I see right now in many ways. So, yeah, we'll leave the floor to you here.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite. Everyone who's watching, thank you for the support over the years. Definitely been a long haul. But we're managing, and we'll hope to bring this aircraft to you as soon as possible.
Gentlemen, we really appreciate you joining us, and we're all looking forward to getting our hands on this.
Oh, yes.
All right, that about wraps it up for Magnitude 3. And what a presentation. The F4U Corsair landing on the ship, the Essex class ship. That was impressive. And much more into that we just discussed. And I believe probably much more out of that once it actually hits full release. So look for that soon. You saw it here at VFAT, folks. These guys are on it. Lots of experience, lots of talent. That's it right there. It spells an amazing development. All right. With that, we're moving on to the next order of the schedule.